Even though I was drunk 85% of the time, a lot of valuable lessons were learned. And when I tell you that we took full advantage, TikTok is not more interesting than your kids. It's going to be a war. It's going to be spiritual warfare, physical, mental. All these things collide and you're fighting for your life. I feel like your purpose is the steroid. Your purpose is the enhancer. Your purpose is the fucking super soldier serum.
You are now tuned in to the Raymundo Show.
Yeah. It's your host, Raymundo. Welcome to my show. Definitely got a dope one for you today. I was inspired by a trip I just took. And even though I was drunk 85% of the time, a lot of valuable lessons were learned. And I'm here to share that with you today. And it also gives me an excuse to brag about my trip, motherfucker. So it was my father's 60th birthday. Shout out to my pops. Happy birthday. We already passed the time, but I was glad to be there for him, man. We got the whole family and like 60 plus people for the 60th birthday. And we was just all rocking out. Like nobody had no issues. It just seemed like everybody was just grateful to be there. You know what I mean? It was Royal Caribbean. I always thought my first one would be Carnival. That's the one I always saw. But it was dope. It was like 16 floors. I had pools, jacuzzis, the buffet, different food. They had a Mexican spot that was mad trash. Like, I don't even know why they even put that on the boat. Like, they had a burger, a cheeseburger that was with bacon and, oh, man, breakfast was crazy. We all had the drink package. And when I tell you that we took full advantage, like if the drink package was a certain price, we went over that limit on the first day. It was like drink after drink. But it's just so much fun. Like I'm not really a big drinker. I don't like drinking alone, but like drinking with your family and cracking jokes and y'all eating good and everybody just feeling good. And you know what's one thing I noticed on the trip? You meet a lot of dope people. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Brian and I forgot his name. I want to say Vlad, but I know that's not his name. He probably gonna want to fight me now after that. But yeah, you meet some cool people on the trip, and I noticed I'm like, there's probably a lot of cool people around the world. You just catch him at a bad time. Like you catch a motherfucker when he late for work. You catch him, he just arguing with his baby mom, or she got off on the wrong stop on the bus. Like, but you on vacation, everybody's not on that type of time. They just like I feel like everybody just soaking it in. It's just dope to see that. Like, everyone's happy. It was funny because I was having a moment and I was telling my cousin JJ, shout out to JJ, I was like, yo, if you fight on this trip, like, you's a miserable motherfucker. And then my brother's like, yo, I was about to fight some dude on the trip. I was like, you miserable motherfucker. Yo, it was funny, man. Like, oh, man, some things you gotta let it go. But I'm sorry, like, this is hilarious. Like, somebody complimented this girl here. He was like, yo, you don't gotta worry about that. We met some people out there. We ate good. Oh, man, it's. I recommend getting on the cruise, definitely with people that you vibe with, And if you single, yo, listen, if you single, you need to go on that singles cruise and just go out to sea. And, you know what I'm saying? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but what happens on the cruise, you never lose. On the cruise, you'll never lose because, man, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, it's something about being in a good atmosphere, having some drinks and seeing beautiful women. Even if I'm not talking to them, I just like being in their presence, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I also like being in the presence of great people. But yeah, like shout out to my family, like all my siblings, my uncles, my aunt. Like, I don't want to say all your names because then I'm going to have to end the episode after that because that's how long it's going to take for me to say everybody's name. It was a great time. And to my dad, man, like, yo, I wanted to give a speech. Like if they called on me and when I saw that it was going to be too loud for me to give a speech, I felt a little bit better. And it's crazy for being a podcast and being somebody that's good at public speaking. Yo, that shit makes me lose sleep. I literally sometimes woke up in the middle of the night like, oh, I want to give a toast to my dad. You know what I mean? This is what I came up with in my head. I feel like I share that with you and maybe my pops will listen to the episode and think it's all right. But I remember when I was in sixth grade. No, not sixth grade. I was 6 years old. I was in the first grade. And they asked you what you want to be when you grow up. And I said, yo, I want to be a businessman like my dad. And I want to be as cool as him too. And then I was going to hit everybody with the joke with like, well, being cool as my dad, I got a better chance climbing Mount Everest with my hands behind my hands tied behind my back and with a blindfold on. Like that's how cool my dad is. Like, yo, like I've never seen this man not fresh, like ever in my life. I've never seen a scuff on his sneakers. If you can find a scuff on his sneakers, I'm gonna give you some bread because I guarantee I won't have to. And like everybody went there to be part of, this birthday that like 60, and he looked great. Me and my cousin was just chatting up with some girls there. They was cool as hell. And they were like, yo, that was your pops? It's like no matter how old I get, no matter who I'm influenced by, like my dad is just always gonna be like number one as far as the hero department is concerned. I was gonna say some real like shit that my cousins and my brothers was gonna be like, Doug, this guy. I was gonna say, yo, even though I'm taller than you, I still look up to you.
Well, get the fuck out. I can't stop wasting my time.
But that's my dad, man. I admire him. He's confident as hell. And he stands on business. And nobody's more of a family man than that guy. There's people that have confidence that I want to have confidence like that. One being Deion Sanders. But my dad is definitely one of them. The main thing I got from that trip was anxiety wasn't present. Depression wasn't present. But I was. I experienced every single moment, every single laugh, and every single, I want to say, tear. I mean, because I did cry happiness, like, seeing my dad have that much fun, seeing my family all together. And there's a Bad Bunny song that my daughter sings, and I missed them. They wasn't on the trip. Let me tell you something. Trying to take some toddlers on the trip, all I saw was paranoia. I'm like, I would have been paranoid. I would have left the room. I would have been like, I would have had them tight, like, y'all ain't going nowhere. And your trip is done. But yeah, I was there the whole time, like, what I didn't do didn't matter. What I needed to do didn't matter. What I wasn't and who I was or what I wanted to be didn't. What mattered was that time. I'm trying to carry that over to real life because vacation is like you living a dream. Dum 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 dum. Another thing, it's crazy though. I'm gonna wrap this up now about the trip. I think I'm done with the bragging. I worked out 3 months to lose 1 pound. To gain it back the first day of the trip. Like, that's real shit. Like, before I got in the pool, I'm like, yo, let me see if there's any results. And it was access denied. I was just like, yo, you look the same, B. Like, you tried, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to give yourself a try. So now I'm like, all right, now there's no trip trying to get prepared for the trip. Now it's just living a healthy life, looking good. You know what I'm saying? Been doing a single thing for a minute. Definitely want to crack that code. You know what I mean? About that time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I feel like we always in our heads a lot. Like, we always in our heads about something. A wise man once told me, he said, whether you worry or you don't worry, what's going to happen is going to happen. And it's so true. Whatever was going to happen that you worried about, maybe never happened, maybe it did, and you got over it, and now you're better. And you do that, right? Like, when somebody passes, you're like, oh, I'm going to make sure I stay in touch with everybody. And then when you get through a situation and then you're like, damn, why don't I just be more confident in the next situation? But like, your body likes to remember bad shit, but the good shit, that should take a minute to kick in. Like the ibuprofen, that shit take forever, yo. I'll be there with a toothache or a headache and I'm like, come on, man, stop playing with me. There's only so much you can say. If you're a father, like, get off your phone. Like, dead ass. If you're a parent in general, get off your phone. And again, I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm just saying, like, you want to be more present with your kid. There's moments you're going to miss because you scrolling on TikTok. And it's like, TikTok is not more interesting than your kids. What TikTok do is, or any type of social media, it knows how to catch you, that dopamine catch. It hooks you. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, when I clip a video, part of what I got to put is the hook. Like, what's going to catch the attention of the viewer. And they all do that. They know the fucking algorithms. That was like my third take, by the way, 'cause I couldn't say that word. Yeah. I mean, I know you might not like your job, but I kind of tried it today. Like, I try to be present at my job. Like, I try to be there working and not think about how much I hate it or how much I'm not looking forward to the next call. I was having a conversation with a coworker and we were talking about, certain things. And I was like, listen, as long as we do our job and they cut that check, they can do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though if I was a boss, I would respect somebody like, because I'm doing the best that I could. Like, I'll be really trying to be the best that I could be. It's not always the case. I ain't gonna front, like, the promotion I got, it is a little bit better on my mental health. And so now I'm thinking like, yo, what else can be better for my mental health? I was in the gym and I saw a fairly attractive woman, and she was on her phone the whole time. And I'm like, wow, that's dead ass gonna be a deal breaker for me. I don't be on my phone like that, you know what I'm saying? My weekly update has been going down for months. Trying to meet somebody new and staying on your phone, I feel like that shit is wild disrespectful. And y'all older dudes that want to date younger girls, like y'all gonna have to deal with that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that generation, that's how they grew up. I don't know. I'm not entertaining that. I'm not gonna entertain you being entertained by your phone. And if I'm that boring, then hey, maybe there's somebody else in the picture for you. But I ain't got no balls for that. Gotta get used to this fucking camera again. Anytime I'm learning something new, yo, I already think about some shit that I'm gonna do when I stop learning this shit. Like it's like automatic. The more you're in the moment, the more I feel like the more you experience joy, like being grateful, appreciating what you have, being present, and you're doing the right thing when you kind of feel like you can't explain why you feel good. Like you're not in the past, you're not in the future. You just here right now. Like right here, right now, I got a little tan, my head thinning, but I'm still winning. This sweater, I ain't gonna front, it looks kind of nice on me. And I'm not a fashionista at all. Like, I'm probably the worst dresser in my family. If it wasn't for my boy Herbie, shout out to Herbie. When I used to live in New York, I used to be like, yo, come shop with. I'll be fresh for that. Whatever outfit that he helped me pick out. And then I will go back to black shirt, blue jeans. It's funny, one time my mother washed my clothes and then she gave me a black shirt and blue jeans. Then she said, mira tu uniforme. Yeah, my brother was crying. I honestly wanted to do a video like this, or episode like this a long time ago. Because I read it was a book called I don't know what's up with this fucking microphone, bro. It's called The Power of Now. I forgot the author. The author has some wild name. I'll put it in the description. Yo, and you know what I liked about the book? I listened to it through audio, right? So every time he said some dope shit, it was just like some, when you hear the bong and they're like, dun, 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 dun. So he'd be like, you must use your mind. And you hear, dun, like he was just like dropping bombs, like not even bombs, he was dropping bars, and it just had like a dope fade out music to it. So I didn't necessarily read it, I listened to it, but I feel like sometimes I get more to listen to it, especially if the voice artist is like really compelling and able to, grasp my attention. But there were a couple of them that I wanted to share with you pretty much to close this out. But I picked 5 that I feel like is the most important, and I'm gonna share that with you, and hopefully it has some effect on you. I ain't gonna front, man. Yo, the Raymundo Show, we about to get a little raunchy. We about to get a little spicy. We always gonna keep I feel like I don't want to keep up the core. I do like improvement. I do like working on myself. And if there's something we could talk about, even though I'm talking about myself, if there's something we could talk about and it can make a difference in your day, the more I do this, the more that increases that chance. And you never know, like, one of the reasons I'm always on the verge of depression or like some wild mental shit, and something always happens that brings me back. You Are Not Alone Part 4 is coming out this year. Excited about that. I'm going to wait for that to tell that story. But a lot of key lessons, a lot to go over. So I just picked the main 5 that I feel like will be beneficial to like the majority of people. What you need is already within. I am that stranger who has nothing to give you and who is telling you to look inside. Not inside any box as a parable, but somewhere even closer inside yourself. And then he says, while we search the world for success, riches, and excitement, what we're really seeking is within. There is an unshakable peace that we can all find within if we're willing to look. After that was dope. It reminded me of a story like Earl Nightingale is like, I think he got popular for it. And it was something diamonds. I'm going to chop the story up. There was a farmer, heard that a lot of people were getting money going on to a certain part of the world and they were finding diamonds. And so he sold his farm and went seeking for it. Years passed by, never got to do it. One day he picks up the newspaper and sees the farm that he sold under was buried like one of the biggest diamonds in the world. Now that may not how be the story exactly, but to the gist of it, like that's pretty much what it is. Sometimes we go looking everywhere but what we already have. Sometimes we think too much. Sometimes we think we need too much, or we need to wait for something to happen to do something. That's usually, like I'm telling you right now, from experience, it's never gonna happen. Like I got a shitty background. If I tell myself I'll wait till I have a better background and start doing it, I'm just gonna keep piling things up. The type of shit I'm on now, I'm just using what I got. Sometimes that's all you could do. You know, sometimes you ain't got it right now. Sometimes you got to create what you don't have. But pretty much everything you need is already with you. And sometimes we just need to take a step back and really see, like, damn, a lot of shit happened to me, but I did a lot of good shit. Some of you might have talents that you got buried deep within because shit happened and things got tough, things got weird, or things got heavy, and you literally forgot, like, yo, I used to paint, or yo, I used to love basketball. Get in touch with something that used to make you feel good and see if it still makes you feel good. If it is, get back to it. It might be something that's part of your foundation. Like me, like I still, for these purposes, I shouldn't, but I would love to play basketball again. I would love to be like in the 40 and up league. You know what I'm saying? Like being like the top 5 in there. So I might have to join the top 60 leagues. But yeah, so another one that I thought was dope was the ego is the challenge. To the ego, the present moment hardly exists. Only past and future are considered important. It is always concerned with keeping the past alive because without it, who are you? You ever think about that? Like, if you didn't have your bad experiences and your traumas, like, you identify that with yourself. Like, who are you really? To an extent, they are part of you and they did help shape you, but you still somebody even without those things. And check this out. And it said, because the ego is obsessed with the past, it keeps you trapped in mind loops and away from the present moment, which is literally the best moment. You're not you without your past, and all we need to do with that is take what can help us right now in hopes that it betters the future, because we shouldn't be like, of course, we always going to want a better future. One thing I'm guilty of, right? Me believing that my future is going to be better, it makes me not follow through in the present, right? So I'm like, damn, you know what? Monday Ray is going to go on a diet, so Saturday Ray is going to eat a Big Mac. You know what I mean? Like, I just made myself feel better about not being able to stick to my diet or not being able to stick to anything that I decided to do and blame it on the future of myself to make it happen. Like, that shit is wild. All right, another one was, all problems are illusions. Focus your attention on the now and tell me what problems you have at this moment. All problems often seem so important, but when we drop it into a present moment, it's hard to see how a problem really is a problem. A challenge that needs to be dealt with, perhaps, but not a problem that needs to be worried about insanely. Damn, that's really dope. Sometimes we literally make the issue. Like before the trip, my mind tried to make up all these issues, and I literally just found a solution, right? My bag had a rip in it, and I could have been like, oh, I don't have a bag to take to, how I'm going to get over there and make this. No, you know what I did? My mom got recipes of my mom. My mom showed me how to sew when I was 10 years old, and I never forgot, like, the basics. There's things that she taught me, that my father taught me, that people showed me, that I did it one time, and I'm able to at least use it to get something accomplished or help me like fend for myself. And I definitely want to be able to pass that to my kids on 1,000. And you get older and you realize that it's tough for your parents to really like show you how to do shit when they gotta work to take care of your ass. And then with the time they do have, they gotta make sure that everything's intact. And then they gotta make sure you do your homework. Like literally, I feel like it's crazy that the system is set up for like you not to really spend time with your parents. Like, unless you're a business owner, unless you live in a pretty wealthy life, where you can homeschool your kids. It'd be great if most of your life is a combination of more your parents and then the outside world. But in this case, once you get a certain age, they got you, and then by the time you get home from school, you only got so much time before you got to go to sleep, and minus those 8 hours. I mean, but that's what it is. Like personally, that's not the life I want to live. I want to have my kids more. I would love they got to do 8 hours of school, but damn, like, school shouldn't be that long. I'm honestly, like, don't get me wrong, it gives parents a little break, but school should definitely not be that long. And I'm telling you right now, I'm helping my kids cheat on their homework. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not going about to sit there, hey, I was fine without my homework. Nah, I don't want to teach. I don't want to show them that path. I remember how the teacher tell me, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Mitts was right in front of us. It's kind of like what I mentioned earlier. Water, what do you mean by that? I don't understand it. This is what a fish would say if it had a human mind. Yeah, I like that part. Many of us are missing the present moment, even though it's right in front of us. And that happens a lot. sometimes that person that you wanted to be with has been in front of you your whole time, and you just keep getting your change back from them. You know what I mean? Sometimes that career that you should have been already in your fifth year hits you 5 years later while you folding clothes or you at a party. That gotta be one of the dopest moments when you realize the most important 2 days in your life is when you were born and the reason why you were born or some shit like that. It's hard to get through all these obstacles in life if you don't know what your purpose is or try to at least get to your purpose where you're able to battle those demons, because whatever you do is going to be a fight. It's going to be a war. It's going to be spiritual warfare, physical, mental. All these things collide and you're fighting for your life. I feel like your purpose is the steroid. Your purpose is the enhancer. Your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Your purpose is the fucking super soldier serum. You know what I mean? Like, you got that. What can anybody else tell you? I know my boy Ed one time was like, yo, and I use this line like it's mine, but he's like, if you don't stop, how can't you win? And speaking of that, yo, I want to introduce the JJ method. And my cousin JJ, he's a trainer in Miami, and he's the most relentless dude I ever met him. Like, I know him my whole life for being like a disciplined dude, but now I know he's relentless. Like, he's doing really good in business. I feel honored and grateful that he thanks me for like the words I gave him that helped him get to like he's a successful trader. Like, he's living in a great place in Miami. He gets his own clients. Like, and I remember when he started. He started in the UFC. I don't know if they still have the UFC gym. I'm sure the gyms was pretty dope. He did all the work. You know what I'm saying? I just believe that he could be the greatest trainer that ever lived. You know what I mean? Like that's like when I see my people, I see the best in them. Even when people constantly show you otherwise, I always see the best in the people I fuck with. And if I don't see the best in you, I don't need to be friends with you. Like, straight up, if I think that I don't see the best in you, and I'm not going to be friends with you. And if I haven't called you, that might not be the reason. It might be because I'm busy, but sometimes there's that. And me not seeing the best in you is sometimes people are like, it's hard to make somebody believe something that they don't believe in. I hope the best for everybody, even for those who don't believe that for themselves. All right. And the last one is, there is the power of surrender. Surrender is a simple but profound wisdom of yielding to the rather than opposing the life of the flow of your fucking pussy. All right. Surrender is the simple but profound wisdom of yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. So I haven't practiced this too much, but when I can tell you that when you just trust life and let things be and not try to fight it, like you found a glitch in the matrix. You found something that's like, you're so fine with just being who you are and what you are, mistakes and greatness and this and that. When all those things are flowing together and you just trust in God, you trust in, you just trust in the process and letting it be, it's a wild power. Not too many people can do it, but it's something that it could be addictive if you really know what it is. And it's not something you just can't tap into. Like, it's something that took practice. Like, it's something like you got to be like, all right, my job is moving me to another department. Don't fight it. Just go to the other department. You know what I mean? Like, and if you need to fight it or you want to get another job, I mean, you could do that too. But sometimes you got to surrender. Don't fight life when it's telling you the direction you should go in. That's pretty much it. Like, let it flow. Resistance only works when you push and wait. Letting it be, let God, you know what I'm saying? On God, you know what I mean? Like, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be.
Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Something, let it be. All right. But yeah, this was a great episode, man. I hope I made a difference in your day to day. I hope that you feel like Nicki Minaj. I hope you feel like Nicki Minaj, and I hope that you can have that moment for life. Indulge in it, embrace it, add some gratefulness in there, add some appreciation. And I'm telling you, that bliss is right around the corner. But if this is your first time listening or your last, I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. Appreciate you. Peace, love, mundo. And